And there we go. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the podcast, The Devin Perception, with your host, me, motherfucking Devin. You know what I'm saying? Fucking starting this. What's that? Oh, I'm tripping, I guess. Fucking. This episode is brought to you by the Phoenix House for Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence Resource Center. It was started up by one of my good friends, Ann Never Ready, and a couple of her coworkers / friends. They run basically what this is, they give medical exams, forensic exams, advocacy, counseling to all sexual and domestic violence abuse victims, all free of charge. I think those are fucking kids, but they give what's the word I'm looking for? Resources. They give you all these resources free of charge. So if you or somebody that you know might be struggling with domestic or sexual abuse, please take advantage of this. Sorry, that was Steven. We just recorded a podcast, and I'm doing the intro after, so just to make it easier, I guess. I don't know, because I didn't start it before he got here. But the Phoenix House of Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence Resource Center. If you want to go to this center, their address is 221 East Green Acres, or they have a 24/7 hotline that's 575-942-1911. Again, that's 575-942-1911. So take advantage. This is for the Lee County area. Anybody you know, or if you want to volunteer, you want to give back to the community, help, because this is all donations. This isn't something that they just have the money for, you know what I'm saying? They take donations, they take volunteer work. So go volunteer your time, go take advantage of these resources. They're doing such good work here for our community. Let's help them out. Also brought to you by Ray Cerna. He's a up-and-coming barber, a friend of Nando's. You might have heard him mention him. So if you want to find him, go to his Insta at raycerna.x or raythebarber.booksy.com. Go set up your appointments. Also, Fernando Montes, if you either one, you know what I'm saying? They're both up and coming. They're trying to get clientele, get a little business going. It's nandothebarber1.booksy.com. That's nandothebarber1.booksy.com. The only thing is, I believe Nando's running a deal for the listeners of this podcast and mine and Aaliyah's podcast. If you mention this podcast, you get $5 off your haircut. So take advantage of that, guys. Go get your fucking haircut. Oh, there was another one. Also shout out to Greg Brooks and his our growing love business. If you want to check out any of his stuff, his album just dropped today. Actually, it's on Apple Music and all platforms. Golden Mine. So go check that out. Me and him also have a single called Feel the Vibe, and I know it's at least on SoundCloud. That's where I heard it. Go check out our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go support Greg. He's doing big things, wanting to give back to the community, build up what we already have. Also brought to you by Kamar Swain. He made the beats for our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to purchase some beats, if you're an up-and-coming artist or an artist, go check out his stuff. He might run a deal here pretty soon if anybody goes to him. So if you want to check out his stuff, go to Martian Powers, and that's on Instagram or YouTube. Fuck. What was another one? I know I'm missing something. I don't think I wrote this one down, though, so let me see. I'm going to go. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. It's Isaiah Saenz. I'm not really sure how to say your name, man. I really apologize. I don't know how to say your last name. So it's just call him Isaiah. If you want to go to his website, you can go to icticstyles.com. It's ictic, icticstyles.com. Or just go to his Facebook page, ictic styles, and also his Instagram and Twitter is at ictic styles. He's also offers free domestic shipping and a grand opening sale until Sunday. You get 20% off your order if you use the code GRAND at your checkout. So fucking, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm trying to partner up with a lot of local up and coming people and build up our community. So support your people, you know what I'm saying? If you're from this area, if you consider yourself part of my tribe, go support these guys that I support, you know what I'm saying? I want to see us all winning. And if you have a business or anything that you would like me to talk about, review, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up and I'll do them free for charge. At least the first one, you know what I'm saying? Just depending on how much business it generates for you. But the first one's on me. I'll do it for free. If you want me to review some of your products, send me a couple of samples or I'll buy them. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy them too. But I want to work with up and coming people and people out of this area. I want our community to be thriving and not just on oil. There's so much talent and bright minds around here. So many CEO mentality people around here that never really get out because of the mentality that surrounds us, that you can't do anything unless you go to the oil field. So we're here to break that, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, but yeah, that's it for the intros, guys. Steven, Laquier. Steven, he's my guest today, so stay tuned, sit back, relax, and let us, I'm not going to say that. It's too vulgar. Let us just sit back, relax, and let your brain drift. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy these conversations and stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe to our YouTube and or Facebook. But yeah, fucking yeah. And we're live. Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast. I got my good friend Steven Akira. How do you Lecuyer. There we go.
It's fancy.
It's fucking. We got French blood in the building. We got Neanderthal in the building.
That's right.
I think you're like the most Neanderthal looking guy I know, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, that I've met so far. Well, my boss, he looks more Viking, though. Like, he's at least like 6'4", and he's got like a beard. He looks like his people came from Scotland. Like they were those big,
just looting and pillaging the land.
Yeah, looting and pillaging, rape and pillaging. But welcome to another episode, guys. This is episode 12, I believe. 12? Yeah, right. Episode 12. So yeah, so that's weird because Ann's was episode 11. So it goes 11, 12.
Nice.
Got the couple in.
Yeah.
He said technically I made a special guest in the last video too because you were playing with Hendrix.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's gonna hear you because of the fucking audio. But anyways, what's been up, man? Tell me what's been something new that's happened to you.
Well, I don't know if I can say this on the podcast. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, okay.
So
you heard it here first.
Yeah. Well, we haven't made it like a Facebook post, but we've let all the people that we know know, like close to us, you know.
Yeah.
So Anna's pregnant.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have a baby.
Yeah. How far along?
A little over a month.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you hoping for? You team boy? Yeah, all right. Yeah.
So I got a girl already.
Yeah,
She's got a girl already. So
you want some
I told
some
her
Y chromosomes.
We got to get somebody to carry on the lineage.
So let's get some Y chromosomes up in this bitch.
Exactly.
I'm tired of being the only guy.
Yeah.
That's how it was for me.
Even our dogs are girls. So I'm like literally the only Y.
That's kind of how it is here for Aaliyah because it's me, Hendrix, Taco's a dude.
Yeah.
But he's spayed, so he doesn't have his little...
Yeah. Or he's neutered.
Yeah, he's neutered.
Yeah.
But that's how I grew up with nothing but chicks. Like my mom, I had 2 sisters and then a stepsister.
Yeah.
And fuck, yeah. I don't like being in a house with all chicks. It kind of... Have you ever seen Joe Rogan talk about having to live in a house with all chicks? He said, every day... It's like a tide, and they take a little piece of me.
Yeah.
They're just...
Was that on a podcast, or was that one of his stand-ups?
No, that was a special. Okay. He put that on a special.
Yeah.
But he was like, it's like a tide, and every time it hits me, it just takes just like a little fraction of me. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm not going out like Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm proud of it. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm
man.
happy for y'all.
Yeah.
That's
we're
dope.
happy too. So we have been trying since like December, something like that.
Nice.
And then I thought I was shooting blanks.
Yeah, I was about to say, happy, like, shit still works.
Still got it.
Still got the hookups. So after this one, would you want to have another one, or you think you're good?
Probably not.
Probably not?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know, because how old are you right now? You're 30. 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good age to, if this is your last one to stop. Yeah, go ahead and shut the factory down.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been open 15 years. No, a little longer than 15. Everybody starts, I don't know, everybody starts at least around like 11, 12 for dudes.
Yeah, but I wasn't banging until probably I was like 14, so.
Yeah, same. But the cream factory was still open and running.
It was open, yeah.
Just didn't have any customers.
Thank you, Christina Aguilera.
Damn, I forgot all about Christina Aguilera, man. She's a...
Yeah, she came out right as I was hitting puberty. And that Genie in a Bottle. Like really feeling that song.
You were like, I really like this song, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
Yeah, my mom bought me a Christina Aguilera poster. My stepdad thought I was gay.
Oh my! For the poster?
Well, because like I liked Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, and stuff, but.
It's better than
it
like
wasn't like a gay thing. I didn't like the Backstreet Boys. And like that.
It would be more. I would be more suspect of my sons being gay if they had like NSYNC and pictures of like wrestlers and stuff up there. When they're like 12, 13, I'd be like, all right, bro.
Let's get another Hulk Hogan poster. The one where he's all oiled up.
Yeah, he's ripping his shirt and you can see his nips.
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's my son. A lot of dudes get real uncomfy when they think about like if you do have a dude or if you do have a son. I almost said if you have a dude, he just comes out.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
He's got the long hair already.
Yeah, it's all long and shit. And he's all wook. But if you have a son, how would you go about, like, if he was gay, would you even acknowledge it, or?
Yeah, I'd acknowledge it. I don't know, if he came out and told me, I would acknowledge it.
I wouldn't even really make it seem like he had, like, if my sons are gay, if they're gay, I wouldn't want them to feel like they have to come out and tell me that they're gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's such a weird thing. I've worked with so many people, and they're scared to like go and tell their parents that they're gay, and then people try and hype them up like, it's okay, just go tell them. I'm like, what do you have to tell them that you're gay for? I'm pretty sure if they know you,
they probably know. And technically, like, it shouldn't really matter.
I never had to. Yeah, I never had to tell my mom, hey,
just so you know,
I don't know how to say this, but I think I'm straight.
I think I like vaginas.
Yeah, I like vaginas. And I'm probably going to keep doing it. I know it's
your mom would be like, what the fuck?
Okay.
I don't care.
We're trying to say grace. You're ruining dinner. But yeah, I don't think I would acknowledge it. And I wouldn't want them to feel like they have to acknowledge it.
Yeah. I would acknowledge, like, all right. Like, if they came out and told me, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I would ask, though. I would be like, once I started seeing like traits, I guess, I would be like, hey, come here, man. Let's have a little talk, you know. See you getting a little older, you know, starting to be having crushes and stuff? You crushing on anybody? Anyone? Who's the lucky person? Try and keep it neutral.
Yeah, who's the lucky non-binary?
Oh my God. The only time I would care if my son was gay is if he's like these really far leftist people, you know, how you have to respect their gender, like if they're gender
social
fluid.
Justice warrior type. Yeah.
Like that girl who's the meme of Triggered, and she's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if they act like that, I'm gonna clown them all day and trigger them all day till they get
on purpose.
Yeah, just on purpose.
I definitely would do that. Like, I got no shame about that.
I would say faggot. I would say anything I can to piss them off.
Hey, come here, cocksucker.
Fucking cocksucker. Dad, first of all, you fucking cis male privileged.
What is it?
Which one?
Misogynist.
Misogynistic,
Misogynist pig.
You misogynist pig. They really lay into people too, you know?
Yeah.
That's whenever people talk about how people argue, because we were talking about this on social media about how, because you use satire anytime you go at somebody on a fucking social media. Like I just saw a post where it was like, who here makes $11 or more? And you're like, who doesn't make $11 or more?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, you're like a needed force because you kind of level everybody out and like say, hey, what are y'all taking everything so serious for right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's Facebook.
Yeah, it's
sometimes
Facebook.
I go overboard, you know, and my girl's got to be like, you know, it's not that important. I'm like, that's what I'm trying to tell him. She's like, but you're making it important. Yeah, and I'm like,
well, fuck, I don't.
God damn it.
Life is effort and I'll quit when I die.
Exactly.
That's how I feel too, because sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
And also, I like just sharing ideas with other people. I feel like it's a good thing to do, but also it has like its toxicity.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people, like if I'm arguing on social media, it's not because that's what I believe all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like to play devil's advocate and then come up with like objections to your point.
Yeah, I just want to poke holes in
Can you overcome the objections? Yeah. And then most of the time, people just get mad.
Yeah, they get mad.
Calling you an idiot or a dumbass or whatever.
And that's when you know, like, oh, okay, I guess you can't defend it.
There is some people that like can talk about their point.
Yeah.
Like, without having an emotional attachment.
Yeah, and that's like complete zen. If everybody can get to that point where they can discuss their ideas without having like an emotional attachment to it, because it seems like everybody is so fragile with their beliefs. Like, don't break my beliefs; they're my beliefs. I have a right to have them.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
okay, so
people don't know how to deal with it.
I've always said, like, if you can't defend what you believe, then why do you believe it? That's why.
Or if you just can't admit, like, you don't know as much as you're claiming to know.
Yeah,
about it, you know?
That's one thing. If everybody could just say, if you take it there, I don't know.
Right.
At that point. But nobody does that. Everybody will just...
I get that way with a lot of the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, same.
I'm never, like, anti-conspiracy or anything like that. I just want you to, like, show me some proof that's not a YouTube video of some random guy being like, look at this.
Yeah, if anybody can, if they put a whole hour of them just talking and showing you videos of evidence that they've compiled, they can talk you into anything.
Yeah, and they won't source any of the evidence.
No.
It's like that. It reminds me of that Ancient Aliens show.
Yeah.
You know, which I used to love that show.
It's a good show still.
After a while, it would just be like, ancient alien theorists believe that if this is true, then this has to be true. And I'm just like,
how are these good sources? Like just the ancient aliens?
Yeah.
So the people that believe what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. This ancient alien theorist. I'm like, how did they get that job?
I know, right? How do people get, and they have like,
and they're
seems
paid.
like that. Yeah, they get paid, right?
You know what I mean? They get paid to like, you know, I just think Jesus was an alien.
Yeah, I could get up there and just start spouting off bullshit if nobody checks me.
Right. And that's what they go off of, that their theories can't be disproven. So.
And you know what's crazy? You were like one of the first people that started checking me on like my beliefs, because I was going through memories earlier and I was pretty hardcore sometimes. Like I was pretty aggressive about my beliefs, and you were like one of the first people to start calling me out, and I'm like, fuck.
Well, I used to be the same way. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those things that happens whenever you start opening your eyes to like the world and stuff.
Kind of mad at everything.
You're just kind of like, you're kind of frustrated because
nobody else
all of a sudden, like this veil is lifted, and then you're just like, you want to like shout it out.
Yeah, you want to, and you try to tell people, and nobody really listens or anything, and they just kind of, or so you point out like the holes in their stuff.
Yeah,
and then they're like, that doesn't matter. I still
or you think you're more woke than you are.
Yeah, that was a big thing. I had to go through that.
Other people that are on that same level, and they're like, and they're like building your ego up. Even though the whole point is to deflate it. It's kind of a weird thing, right?
Yeah, it really is. Because at first, that was my whole wokeness ego. It was just so contradictory that you can't be woke and then talk about how woke you are. That's like not woke. That's not woke behavior.
Exactly.
But yeah, so you helped me grow into this person that I am. So I really appreciate it, though, man. It's like you're because you're older than me too, so you're like my Yoda almost.
No, I remember just being on the same. I'm on the same path, you know.
Yeah, you would just play devil advocate all the time. So anytime I had something, you'd be like, "Yeah, but," you just start asking questions.
At least you've got the aptitude to like see where holes could be poked.
Yeah, if somebody pokes a hole in my shit,
take offense to it. Like,
I don't get mad. I just go. It takes me a minute because anytime somebody like calls me on my shit, like my first instinct is to be like.
Yeah, me too.
Get all defensive. Like I could feel the emotional response to it. Like triggers like adrenaline in my head.
Yeah, and
my brain's like, "No, fuck that. Tell them this, and then I gotta be like, hold on.
Yeah, try and think about it.
Oh, they're right. They're right.
Yeah.
I gotta smoke on it.
I do that too. Sometimes I'll come out with something, and somebody will call me on my bullshit, but I'm not thinking it's bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's still your truth.
Hold up, and like whenever I feel that, like. I know inside I'm just like, this motherfucker. And then I'll think about it and I'm like, it was right.
This motherfucker's right.
And then it's like, do I go back and tell him?
Sometimes I just leave it there.
Yeah, we'll just keep it silent.
But I've gotten way better at being like, yeah, I'm wrong, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad like I go back and look and I just cringe most of the time at like, because there's like 3 little skins I shed up to this point. It was like, at first I was just dumb. Like I would just do dumb. I don't even like, I think of that version of me. Like, I don't even know how he got around in the world. Honestly, like his whole goal was to just bust nuts. Really. That's and eat food. That's it.
Yeah.
Like he didn't worry about anything else.
Of life.
And then I finally like, when I started smoking and stuff like that, I started noticing, and then I got dreads. Like the first thing that I noticed about like, the world's not how you thought it was is when I got dreads. Because then jobs wouldn't hire me. Like I started getting profiled by like police sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just seen like the all around misunderstandings about dreads. And I was like, and nobody's really talking about it. So that was like the first thing. And then it was weed. And then whenever I started smoking weed, it started making me question everything.
Yeah.
And then that was what I call that little period like the woke Devin, I guess.
The awakening.
Yeah, the awakening. And that guy was pretty hardcore and aggressive.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I think I know more than what I did then, but if you asked me then, I bet I would say I know everything,
Yeah.
I've thought about it all.
That's how we are whenever we're younger. And
you think you know everything.
And when you start opening your eyes, you think, you start thinking like, because you make all the connections, right?
Yeah.
And then you start thinking, oh, I know. And all these people are blind and they're stupid as fuck.
Yeah, they don't want to look at it because they know it's the truth.
Yeah, they're just slaves to the system.
God, you fucking sound. You got me spot on, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was too.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, you can still believe that, but not have to, like, be so...
Yeah, in everybody's face about it.
Or realize that your truth is just one of many.
I was watching this video about them explaining the dimensions or whatever. So it starts off at 0 dimension, and then the first dimension is just a point, And then the second dimension is 2 points, and a line connects those two. And then you add depth with the third dimension. And then the fourth dimension says when in time that happened.
Yeah.
And then I thought that there might have been like infinite dimensions. Like, how do we know there's not infinite? But apparently it only goes to like 10. Because 10 is the ultimate infinity. It's like every conceivable possibility of every conceivable possible universe that could have possibly been conceived, you know? Mm-hmm. And it goes that far, and they're like, and what's past the 10th dimension? Nothing, because there's really nothing to get past there. Once you hit, I guess, a certain infinity.
Yeah. Then there's really no.
Yeah, because it went through every possibility that could have happened in your life, and then from the Big Bang, every possibility of everything that could have evolved from the moment of the Big Bang.
But you know what's weird about that is I always thought, like, there's always that debate on free will versus, like, what is it?
Free will versus like a plan.
Yeah, like is there a plan
or fate? Okay,
yeah, is there a fate? Like everything we're doing, we don't have any control over, right? And so my natural reaction would be just like, nah. We make our own choices and we do this.
Yeah,
but
you can only experience. Technically speaking, in higher dimensions, time is happening simultaneously. So everything that from the moment of your birth to your death is happening.
Yeah,
all the same, except since you're on a dimension below time, you can only experience it in a straight line.
Right.
So technically speaking, everything that you've done is already predetermined.
Right. Or, well, the way I thought about it was, so, you know, how the Earth and the sun and our solar system was all made was because like the Big Bang happened and then some random gases and debris started spinning around, right? Yeah. So then the Earth is made, and then some primordial soup, and then there's these little one-celled organisms, and everything's all evolving. But, like, that shit wouldn't have evolved if this debris from when the solar system was just starting didn't happen to hit this.
Or the temperature of the water wasn't this. Or,
yeah, exactly. So everything just kind of worked out.
It's a really beautiful thing to think about, too.
And then you're you, right? You're your own person. You're an individual. And you think about, I have free will. But what is free will? It's just like everything that you say and do and act is dependent on your brain, right? Yeah. Your DNA, your cultural upbringing, like all this stuff combined.
All these variables that make up.
And so how do you know that what you're doing and saying, anybody in your exact situation wouldn't do the same exact thing?
Yeah, it's true, huh?
You know?
'Cause that's what it's like the ultimate level of empathy. Because if you could put if I grew up the way that you did and I lived in your body and I had your brain that produces the chemicals and handles it the way it does, I'd probably be exactly like you.
Yeah.
Which is the weird thing.
It is weird.
Yeah. I've always said, like, when I think of me, like that voice in my head that says me, that little energy that I've named me, I feel like that energy is the same energy that inhabits your vehicle.
Right.
And it's just, we were on different paths.
Yeah,
in different vehicles. Yeah, but it's still the same energy. Yeah. So technically, me and you are kind of the same.
Branched off.
Yeah.
It all started at some point, right?
Yeah, it all started at one. I think my uncle, he was telling me the Big Bang was consciousness. Like, consciousness has always existed, or like creation, or whatever we call this thing that picks us up and moves us around and we could think and use shit. It could very well just be brain activity, though. Like, this could just be what happens whenever you have a brain.
Yeah.
Like, I don't dismiss that fact.
Well, we don't have anything to, like, test it against.
we don't even know anything about our brain, honestly. Like,
yeah. Well, we know a lot, but
we know, like, but as far it's kind of like the oceans. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a whole it's like a third of your life.
Yeah.
You spend I saw a meme that said that, and it was like God creating people, and it was like, you're gonna have to eat every day, and you're gonna have to shit, and you have to drink water, and you're not gonna enjoy most of it, and then you're gonna spend half of it unconscious. And they're like, oh, okay, but it's really weird though. I think of like our brains as the ocean because we've only scratched the surface of what inhabits the ocean, and we don't understand what dreams are. We don't understand like why our brains fire the way they do and how they can capture moments and you could recall on them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, memory is a weird thing.
That's really weird.
Your memory is never like verbatim. It's not like getting a video camera and recording an event.
I know, because I could remember
able to play that back.
the exact same, because sometimes I don't even remember the same thing.
Somebody else at the same event. Like you guys have two whole different
recollections. Like, and then catch me on a different day and it might be totally different than what I told you last time.
What the hell? I was watching, I think I was watching something about the Roswell alien.
Oh, yeah.
The UFO crash. And some guy was discrediting all these witnesses saying, well, like, you can't prove that any of these claims are correct because over a specific amount of time, different people, they did some study where different people witnessing the same event have completely different stories of how it went down.
Eyewitness testimony is like the most dismissed evidence.
Yeah.
Because it's so...
Because our memory is just like...
shit, honestly. Yeah. As far as like videos go, our memory is pretty shit.
I mean, it's good compared to most animals.
Yeah, true.
You know?
I would say...
We're just not good as computers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder what does have like a good memory like humans. I've been watching a lot of like documentaries on animals and stuff. I learned like all kinds of facts. Like I was watching this family of orangutans. Oh, yeah. Have you ever like just watched orangutans?
On documentaries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're hunting. They know how to use tools. They can scoop out ants out of trees and they teach
their young shit.
Their young have to stay with them till they're like 10 years old.
Yeah, they have to like...
And they learn by watching.
Generational shit.
Yes. And it's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's like, because the eating with the sticks isn't an instinct.
No, that's not an instinct. That's something they had to watch them do,
Which is unique to...
It really shows like how similar they are to us, because I think orangutans they're like the same as gorillas. Right. DNA-wise.
Right.
I think they're like 98% the same as us.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
And they're so chill, too. As far as apes go?
Yeah, compared to like chimpanzees.
Chimpanzees are fucking wild. Gorillas are pretty peaceful, but they can get wild.
They can get wild, but most of the time, I don't think that they actually are.
Nah, they seem like pretty peaceful.
They don't really fight. Most of the time, they just beat on their chest and scare each other.
They might fuck up another gorilla. Like that's not part of their little pack.
They might. Most of the time. The other one just bounces out.
I'm pretty sure they're pretty good at keeping their territories apart, too. I don't think they like fighting.
Yeah.
They're fucking vegans.
But those mountain gorillas, their space is getting caught up because there's some, like, war between some countries in Africa, and there's a lot of refugees that are crossing in that big old mountain range where they're at, and... They're just camped outside the mountain, and they just keep creeping up it. And they're like planting bananas and shit, and the gorillas are over there stealing their bananas. Like
I would be like, tell me not to steal your bananas, bitch.
Now they're shooting them. So
my god,
but they're like, this is our food,
bro. Africans, man, they give no fucks.
I mean, they gotta eat. You know?
Yeah, they said, man, fuck these gorillas. I want some food.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
I'll sell it to the white man.
They're trying to live.
Yeah, I understand. But I hear like numbers. So I watched one about sharks. Apparently 90% of the shark population has been extinguished because of us, because of like fishing and then finning them and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Just trophy hunting.
Yeah, and it's just like little sharks. It's not even like great whites and it's like the ones we're scared of. It's just the like reef sharks, sun sharks, shit like that. Those little ones that eat the little fish. But orangutan... their habitat has been cut down by 75%.
Damn.
It's ridiculous, man. I don't know. Like you hear stuff like this and you would think like we would do something about it, especially like the way that we fish for food. Like they just throw big ass nets and then whatever comes up, they just take it.
They're just like, all right,
we'll take it, I guess. And the fucking, what we're doing to the coral, like the coral reef. What are they called?
Yeah, the coral.
They're called coral, yeah.
Talking about like the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah, those because they take out like a big proportion of the carbon dioxide out of the air and stuff and produce oxygen.
Yeah, all the algae.
Well, just the coral itself. Yeah, there is little plants that live in it and it like it showed like a little diagram. They're like microscopic.
Yeah.
But still, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's weird how like everything works on a system. So like the only thing that fucks up with like coral is like algae. But then they have fish that could swim and fit in the little holes, and they eat the algae all day.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
It's a little balance.
It just shows like how nature just found its little balance, and then how we're just kind of throwing a wrench in it and trying to figure it out ourselves. Because anytime I talk to people,
so unnatural compared to,
we don't do things the way that nature evolved for things to happen, you know, because we have our own little objectives.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something's going to fuck us, bro, because our population, there's something about whenever a population
We're a pretty
starts.
sensitive species.
Yeah, we can't.
Like, we couldn't survive with the dinosaurs, how they died, you know?
Yeah, we're pretty. We're fucking
hitting us.
bitches compared to a lot of animals.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
humans might survive, a few might survive like the meteor thing.
Yeah, it depends on where you are.
You have to be
what you're doing,
ready.
I guess. Yeah. If you were like underground when say you were like working on, you were doing your little job under like the railroads, and then you just, and you're like a certain amount of miles away, so you don't get hit by none of the radiation.
It'd be freezing.
Yeah. It'd be a fucking winter, a volcanic winter.
Because
that
shit just like, doesn't it just cloud around the world? And then there's no sun.
That's what happened. That's why we got that ice age. And then all these animals spread out. All these humans spread out.
Yeah, mammals.
Mammals, yeah, because people didn't exist yet. Yeah. They were still small rodents back then.
Yeah, like a little squirrel from Ice Age.
Yeah, yeah. That's weird how. I don't know. I don't think Ice Age is like accurate. You think there was cave people back then? Because it did show like the ice melting and stuff. So it was like the end of the Ice Age.
Yeah, yeah. Because they got like frozen dudes from some shit hunting woolly mammoths and shit. Yeah, because people were evolved by the time the Ice Age was ending or like close to it, because that's how we spread out from Africa. Strait, got into Asia, went from Asia, crossed over into Alaska, down into America and Mexico, South America. They say that that humans in South America and like where Mexico is,
like Biblioteca,
they were already there.
How did that? Which doesn't make sense.
Like it's
right?
separate.
It's like a separate species of people, kind of.
Yeah, that's what that was just something I briefly read, but that tripped me out.
I wonder how they got there. Maybe like whenever everything was Pangea.
Yeah.
Maybe like an ape, like a family of apes, just kind of walked over here and were like, we're gonna chill here in the jungle. The jungle's gnarly, yo.
Yeah.
Think about living in the jungle. Like if you're like one of these uncontacted tribes that live in the jungle.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, dude.
You gotta look out for scorpions, snakes, mosquitoes.
Those are like,
panthers. Oh.
Those tribes that are like cut off from the world. I didn't know that those existed until like a couple years. Well, maybe it was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know,
I did not know. I thought that
everything's been discovered and shit.
Yeah,
and everybody was living together.
Yeah, like I thought everyone was part of the society. And then I watched some fucking video of this helicopter flying over one of these.
Yeah, and they were fucking.
They're fucking with spears and shit thrown at the helicopter.
I bet they thought it was a monster or some shit.
Like, what do these guys think this shit is?
Yeah, that's got to be a crazy existence. I wonder if you were able to like take one, like say one passed away or whatever, and then you just take like an average Joe out of America and you like compared their brains or whatever.
Yeah.
And the damage that was done to their body compared to this one.
Yeah.
And like, or just interview one for like the level of happiness for that the simplicity that they live, you know. Is more better? Is it really better, or is just a simple
just
life?
Relative, yeah. Like they could both be
subjective,
happy,
huh?
Unhappy.
Yeah. I don't know. That's like something I long for. I guess is just to be cut off from the society that we live in, and just.
There was a point where I wanted to be just off the grid. But
I think about it, and I'm like, I still want internet. You know, I want to watch TV. I'm alright. You can't work your way backwards.
Yeah, I could do without TV or.
Yeah, fuck TV.
But internet would be a hard thing to get rid of.
It's so useful.
Yeah.
It's literally the best thing to ever happen to humanity.
Probably.
I'd say, like, what's better? What is a better invention than the internet?
I can't think of one.
Just like, that had such a big impact, you know?
Yeah. There's a book I read called The World is Flat. It's not about flat earth theory.
Oh, wow.
It's about the internet.
You would think you would choose a different title because it's going to throw everybody off immediately.
Well, I think he did that just to, like, make people like, what?
Yeah.
This guy. But because he's like an economist.
Okay.
And, yeah, he wrote that book. And it talks about the internet and how when the internet came and connected everybody, it flattened the playing field.
It really did, too.
Yeah. It just flattened, it leveled everything out. And it's a continual thing. It didn't like immediately everything, but everything's starting to level out.
That's
and
true.
Everybody has a chance.
And because without the internet, I wouldn't have this platform. Like, and it gives everybody a voice.
Exactly. He did talk about like
saying?
video blogs. And
you could vlog, you could podcast, you could play video games. Like, that's why I say, like, early in the podcast, I would talk about like this famine mentality that everybody has. Like, people are real reluctant to help or show support to other people because they don't know if somebody will return the favor to them.
Right.
Like, a good example is like actors, you know what I'm saying? Say me and you were actors in like the 90s and we were going to audition for something. And turns out we're auditioning for the same part.
Right.
And so if we're there, like, most likely I'm going to try and do something to throw you off your game, you know, just to help my odds get a little bit better, you know what I'm saying?
Get a leg up.
So you're fucking people over, that way you have an upper hand. That's that famine mentality.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see people doing good, but not better than you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I be trying to tell people, like, there's enough out here for everybody to eat. Because that's all people do anyways. Imagine whenever technology takes over and nobody has to work anymore. Like, what are we going to do? People are just going to...
Well,
I don't know.
What was I think it was Ben Shapiro who was talking about that. Like,
he was just on Joe Rogan talking about it, and he was like talking about the Andrew Yang guy.
Crisis of purpose.
Yeah.
What would end up happening, which I can see. I mean, obviously, there's going to be people who would excel in that environment, artists and.
I think so. That. Yeah, but those people that need a routine, they need.
For some people, that's not the life.
Nah, they're not creative.
They want a purpose. They want to contribute.
They want to feel like they're just good workers, you know? They're just good slaves. Some people are just born to be slaves. And that's okay. Like, if that's fine.
Well, I guess you could always find something for them to do that would help and contribute and whatever. I don't know what I would do.
I know, because, like, we don't think of, like...
Because how do you decide who gets to travel?
Yeah.
And who gets to
what if it was
see
just
the world?
What if our, like, whole currency system was just... We had to, like, you know what? We got to get rid of this because this isn't gonna work for us anymore.
Yeah.
So if we're going to have all these people who can't do the jobs because we already have technology that does all the jobs, I guess just let people... Let's just turn this into a party until we run out of resources.
Chaos.
I listen to like anarchists and them talk about it, stuff like that. They're like, no, the community sorts it out. And they're like, well, how do you do this on a big scale? And they're like, well, people can be part of a big scale, but they're still going to branch out into their own little communities, you know? And it happens all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense. That reminds me of this other book I read. If I can remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but it's by Alistair Reynolds, and it's like a sci-fi book, and there's this planet, and it's just a little planet, but all around the planet is a ring, but it's not like Saturn rings, it's like different little cities.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, like but giant cities, you know, and they're just like...
That's some Star Wars shit. Yeah,
they're orbiting this planet.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 10,000 of them.
10,000 cities?
Yeah.
That's almost kind of like, I saw a movie where it was like, but it was a train. So the whole train was like the last of the humans on Earth because the living conditions outside got so bad. So they just go around the Earth all day. But each section's like a club or
Yeah,
Fucking,
yeah, and that's how that one is. Each one they have these chips in their brain where they vote on stuff, but each community votes on its own shit. So there's some like real fucked up sadistic communities.
Yeah,
but it's all for like if that's what they voted for, that's what they voted for, and they're just like normal ones.
I think that if we all just became like one big community or whatever, and then instead of like doing states or whatever, you just let people migrate to around the people that they enjoy being around, and then just say, hey, we're all part of the same bigger team. We just enjoy being around these like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how that would work out.
It would be hard because of the real estate.
People get greedy too, you know. They're going to be like, you know what, fuck those guys. Let's go take their land.
On the primo spots like the beach or the mountains or whatever. Nobody wants to be stuck out in the desert. Nobody's going to be fighting for
and everybody
hogs.
wants a fucking big house and nice cars. Everybody likes the materialism and stuff.
So
it'd be, we got a long time before any of this happens.
Yeah.
Did you see that post I shared about the Google brain? Mm-hmm. It's like a chip, or I think it's either Elon Musk's idea or Google's idea, but it's basically
I heard Elon talking about that.
It was, I think it's called like neuro Wi-Fi or something like that. I don't know, but it basically connects your brain to the internet. So if you want to, instead of going, hey Siri, what is it? You just think of it, and then you could browse through all the information and then retain it because you get to store that information there. Yeah, it would basically eliminate the need for a school.
A fucking cyborg.
Basically, I mean, we're already cyborgs here right now, so
very crude.
Yeah,
cyborgs with a chip in your head. What would be the? I don't know.
We'd all have to be able to read each other's minds and everything, you know.
Yeah, we could.
For it to work, I think.
But what about like security?
Yeah, people hacking into them, and now they have full access to you. That's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They say, hey.
Sounds like a dystopian novel.
Fuck those phones, bro. Those phones are out of here. What if they came up with something that it gave you all the knowledge? Let's just say it increased your brain power by like 10 times 10.
Yeah. Like
you could move things with your brain if you wanted or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Like a limitless pill.
Yeah. Say it was like that, but you had to put it in through your butt. That was the only thing.
I probably would not give a fuck. I'm like, fuck yeah. You want to do it, bro?
He said, do I get to use lube? No. Okay, I'm still down.
Yeah, still down. I mean, that's...
What if it was
would I be the only person with it?
No, like everybody has to do it. It gives you all this. And then, like, say it comes with a button and you just get to push it and it gives you like a brain orgasm or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you're peaking on fucking 10 tabs.
Damn.
Just, mind melding.
I would definitely do that.
That's what Joe Rogan talks about. He says those ideas we have for aliens, those are just evolved humans. We had to get these big heads and our bodies kept getting skinnier because we learned how to enhance our brain, and we had to have these big eyes because we fucked up the environment and we got rid of our sexual organs. Things got too complicated, you know? Is it a boy or a girl, and a girl that wants to be a boy or thinks that they're a boy? Let's just get rid of them. We'll mind meld.
We'll have mind gasms. Coneheads do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Fucking like, Chris Farley's all, oh yeah.
That was a fucking funny ass movie. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah.
I want to run away.
Yeah. He's all trying to golf.
Didn't they have like the roof in their car cut out because their heads would go out?
Oh, maybe. I don't remember.
I could deal. Okay, their daughter, like her little cone. I could deal if my head was shaped like that, but like full on.
Yeah.
Nah, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't trade. Like I wouldn't trade my head for that kind of head. Yeah. I didn't even come up with any benefits for having a cone head.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is there a benefit?
Having an alien versus predator head.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers had some big ass heads. Yeah. What are they called? What's the like actual name for alien?
I just call them. Oh, the alien?
Yeah.
Oh, xenomorph.
Xenomorphs, yeah. And it's weird. Like, I actually sat down and like watched all the aliens It's a pretty good story.
Did you watch Prometheus?
I did, yeah. It's pretty good.
I like Prometheus.
I did not know that they were made by like humans. I didn't know that at first.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Was it a human?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it was a human and the other fucking weird.
It was like a god kind of. He had like I'm probably thinking of a different movie. I could have swore I seen a guy. He was chiseled though. He looked like a Greek god. And he had like no eyes. He almost looked like an X-Men character.
Yeah, wasn't that the guy that was trying to destroy the Earth or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what kind of alien that was.
If you could choose, would you rather be a xenomorph or a predator?
Like a predator.
Yeah, I think so too.
More like aware.
Yeah,
they xenomorph is just like
they're an animal basically.
Yeah, it's like a bug.
Some of them are smart though. Some of them are real smart. They know how to like send little bitches out. Yeah, go out there.
But they ain't like.
No, they're not out here switching through thermal.
Yeah, they don't have technology. The predator.
And plus, I already got the
predator
dreads.
He's got all kinds of crazy.
I don't even need the little tentacles that they have.
Yeah, you could just be the guy.
I've been saying for like 5 years that's what I was going to dress up for Halloween, and I still haven't dressed up as Predator.
Yeah.
The big thing is because it's cold. The main reason when I first had dreads I didn't dress up as Predator is because I was pretty chunky. So I was like, if I ever get in shape, I'm going to be Predator. And I still haven't.
They'd be like, Predator's not chunky. What kind of war machine is that?
Yeah, come on, bro. You look like you need to go train a little bit before you come out for this hunt.
I remember, how old was I? I was probably 17 when I wanted dreads.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I did.
What prevented you from doing it?
I didn't have the patience to grow my hair out.
Yeah, a lot. That's like the biggest lesson having dreads taught me is to, and just not giving a fuck too, because like that ego part of you, is always worried about like what you look like or whatever. I guess it just switched over from like my hair and like facial hair and stuff like that into like my body, because now I'm always watching like how much I weigh now, because I don't ever want to go back. I don't want to go back to the dark side, because you don't know when you're digging that hole for yourself. You don't realize it until you like look up and you're like, oh, I gotta lose like 70 pounds now.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't think you've ever been chunky though, huh? You've always had a nice metabolism.
Yeah, I've always had a pretty high metabolism.
My metabolism is
I
shit.
can never relate to whenever people talk about, oh man, I gotta lose weight and this and that.
Yeah.
It's like, or they'll be like, my gut.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know, dude. Like
that's how Aaliyah is. Like she actually, I think she weighed 115 before she had the baby, 114, and now she weighs 116.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she lost like muscle mass. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
She's not as muscular as she used to be. But me, bro, I never had like a good metabolism. So my whole time, I just had to quit eating.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like taught to me though. Like it was always, you have to eat more frequently. That way your metabolism speeds up, and you got to eat carbs.
Yeah.
And it just, after I lost all the weight, I was like, who would have thought like I was just doing it completely wrong for my body?
Yeah. Isn't it just more of, it's pretty simple ratio of like calories in versus calories out, right?
Yeah. You got to think of it like a machine. Like your body's a machine. So you put gas in.
If you overfill it.
Yeah, if the gas is going to stay there, you know what I'm saying? So you got to put in less than you burn. And people don't realize like the whole reason you retain fat is because your body says, okay, if we ever get to a point where we're starving, we're going to pull off of this that way. That's why you can go like a month without eating before you start hitting starvation. You never know, because your organs hold fat. Yeah. You hold like carbs within your muscles. It takes a while to burn through those. It takes me about a week whenever I eliminate carbs to fully be in ketosis.
Damn.
But
I did one of those body fat percentage things. It was like 8.
That is mad good, yo.
Or something.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's what the guy was telling me. Because I was at the 5-star fitness.
Oh yeah, you went over there? Yeah.
Yeah, and they had one of those little machines, and it like weighs how much this arm weighs versus this arm.
Wow.
Like if you have like
I'm going to have to go check this out.
weakness
Yeah.
in one side of your body. Mine was all
deficiency.
It was like
whatever.
within a 0.1%.
So you're pretty balanced.
Yeah.
You could get
So
into
I was
bodybuilding and
balanced.
do pretty good.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He was like, you got the perfect frame and all this and that. He was like, you just got to live.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
You could probably get in the physique because it would probably be way easier for you to go to. And the physique is guys who are kind of big, you know. You could tell that, like Michael B. Jordan, kind of.
Like, I don't. If I have a
The Rock.
goal, I would never want to be a bodybuilder kind of guy. Like
I don't know,
like a lean, muscular,
a nice lean frame.
Yeah,
because that's what takes you into old age pretty gracefully.
Right,
being lean.
I want to be able to have strength and. I don't want to have to maintain some gargantuan body because I could probably, if I really dedicated my life to it, I could probably be a beast. But I'm just like,
same here. I think that too. Like if I didn't have to if I didn't have to like work or anything, and I just focused on that, I could probably do like bodybuilding. I wouldn't do bodybuilding. I would probably go to like the physique guys. Yeah. Those are like the more aesthetic, older, like 70s bodybuilding looking kind of.
Yeah.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's still too big for me.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's still, he had like a 50-inch chest.
God damn.
Oh, fuck all that, yeah. No. But 8% body fat, that's really good, man. Like, especially like as you get into your 40s and you start, are you going to try like TRT once you start getting older or whatever, like 10 years, testosterone replacement.
Oh,
it's basically because once you hit like 40, 45, it just depends on like how you're doing. Because once you hit like a certain age, then your body starts producing less testosterone. And that's what keeps men, running pretty regularly. And when people lose like their testosterone, now they lose their sex drive. They don't want to work out anymore. And it's like
it's like menopause for men.
Yeah, it's the downhill slope. And that's why you see all these old men who don't do shit anymore and they're always mad or whatever.
Yeah,
but testosterone replacement, it helps a lot. Like Joe Rogan does testosterone replacement.
Yeah. I mean, if I went to the doctor and
you have to. He says it takes like 6 months before.
If he was like, bro, you should do that, then I'd probably do it. But
they have to do like all kinds of blood work. They gotta, and then they put you on small doses because they just want to mimic what you were producing whenever you were like 30, 35. Because when you're 35, that's like your peak manness right there.
I haven't peaked yet.
No, not physically. God. Whenever you're 35, you have like all the wisdom. And then you have like you're that like the strongest you'll probably ever be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, unless you play like professional sports, but just being an average man, 35, you got that grown man strength.
I've got 5 years to peak.
five more rotations.
5 more rotations around the sun to peak.
That's why I say anytime somebody talks about years, I'm like, you mean just a rotation, bro?
AKA years.
Fucking. Whoa, I can't. Let's go back to that fucking the black hole talk that we were talking about, like, because I haven't mentioned it on a podcast yet about
the black
the first
hole
images.
Was imaged.
It didn't. I mean,
telescopes.
That's so crazy. Like it. I think it said it takes like 50% clearer images than Hubble.
Right.
And have you seen Hubble telescope? Like the picture it took of Pluto is like fucking A.
Yeah, it was pretty high def.
I didn't know Pluto was that pretty. You know.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
Yeah. Did you notice I got this?
I saw a bunch of dots earlier. I didn't.
Yeah. No, I got the fucking. I kind of want to shade this in.
That?
Was it last Tuesday?
Oh, okay. So it was
like
pretty.
It's still like healing right here and shit. But yeah, I kind of want to shade this in and then bring the orbits around a little further.
Just put the like black hole over there.
Fucking like way up. I was thinking about putting another planet up here and calling it Planet X because there's technically a planet right outside the belt, and then there's technically another asteroid belt in between.
Even
Mars
for an asteroid belt, there's not that many asteroids in it.
Nah, not in this one. I know this one. It encloses the whole fucking solar system.
Yeah, it's like our whole little
It looks like a planet within itself if you zoom out far enough.
It's like our little wall.
It really, it's weird how everything kind of takes on the shape of a sphere. Mm-hmm. Like even a portal in Interstellar, it's represented as like a sphere.
Wormhole?
Yeah. Because I guess that's what a circle is in 3 dimensions, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, my brain starts hurting,
A circle, in like space-time can't.
A circle in 3 dimensions. Yeah, it can't just... You're sitting in 3-dimensional space.
Yeah. Unless but they said it was a wormhole.
Yeah.
So I guess in our brain
we would in space.
We would mention, we would think it's just a long tube, but it's actually not. It's just a sphere, and if you go over here, then it spits out over here. If you go here, it spits out over there.
It's basically taking 3-dimensional space, and the only way to show it for us is like
ball.
Well, the only way we could represent like 3-dimensional space and folding it is taking 2 dimensions.
The paper, where they poke a hole.
Yeah, because we don't. My brain just can't comprehend like another sphere and be like, okay, you go out here and it's gonna spit you out right over here. It's like, but why? Why would it do that?
Yeah, it's like Pac-Man. You know how whenever you go in that one tunnel and it spits you out over there.
Fuck that Black Mirror episode fucked me up with Pac-Man.
Which one?
Bandersnatch, I think. Whenever you take the acid and that guy's
fucking...
that guy's fucking going deep on you.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't die. You think Pac-Man ever notices when he dies? No, he just comes back and starts another game.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was like...
Yeah, that was a crazy little...
Yeah, they kind of went deep with that episode.
Watch, dude. You gonna jump?
One of us is gonna jump. Is it gonna be me or is it gonna be you? And then I was like, you. And he's like, fair enough. Could you imagine being his wife, though? They had a baby, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he just...
imagine if that was like a reality.
Oh, my God.
Imagine some random dude comes over and then you guys are doing acid and then the wife is like just chilling with the kid. You know. And then the dude that just came over just sitting on the porch and this fool's all dead
on the ground. Oh, my God. Imagine being that guy doing acid for the first time and then seeing somebody jump off of a...
Yeah, I
didn't like that. Whenever they had one of us has to jump, I was like, I kind of don't. I've never wanted to,
because it gives like a negative connotation.
Yeah, it gives like acid will make you want to jump off.
I've never thought anything like that. In fact, it would be the opposite.
Yeah,
I'd be like, whoa, I don't want to get too close to the edge.
I get real nervous. I'm like, yeah. I never have thought on any substance that I've ever done. That
maybe it just depends on the person, though. Maybe
true.
But everybody I've ever tripped with, I don't remember them ever being suicidal.
They always can keep a firm grasp of reality and the laws.
And they appreciate life, you know what I mean?
It kind of just makes you think about... I mean, I have gone down those little rabbit holes in my head, but I never...
Yeah.
I don't act on any of the thoughts that I have.
It's not even close.
It's like a thought experiment. Yeah, just... Oh, that's cool to think about. It's kind of scary.
I remember because I had a friend... She was a really close friend at the time, and we used to do acid, and her mom had died recently. She like overdosed or killed herself somehow. Yeah, so and we were tripping one time, and she was just like chilling with me on the back porch, and we were just like smoking cigarettes and looking at the stars and just talking about shit. And I remember I was like, because it was like the elephant in the room, you know what I mean? Because like we hadn't tripped since that happened.
Like you could feel that energy present around y'all. I just was like, and nobody was talking about it.
Yeah, and it just like we was just chilling and enjoying the good time. I didn't want to ruin it, but I just had to bring it up.
Oh,
I was just like, I was like, so how do you feel about your mom? Because I was feeling good. I was like, there's no way this energy could be brought down. And it was. I'm glad I did it because she like opened up about it. And
probably helped her get past it a little bit.
She was like talking about it, and I was like, man, that's crazy. And she was just, it was a pretty cool moment because I remember like she was just appreciating me, just being there for her and this and that. And it was pretty cool, but, eventually after all that was said and done, she kind of went down the wrong path.
Started letting the negativity bring her.
Yeah.
Gravitating towards that.
Definitely, because she started getting real negative about everything.
Man.
And it was hard to talk to her, because she would like, so you've done DMT, right?
Yeah.
Well, I used to make it, and she would like, I would give her some, and she would like go to her room and just like, that's all she would do.
Man, just go talk to the elves.
Yeah, like she did not.
Did she ever say like
part of this reality?
Man,
you know, it was crazy.
I'm surprised like those entities. Have you ever met the entities? Yeah. I haven't gotten past the waiting room yet.
Oh, really?
Which is why.
But it's just, I don't know. For her, it was a different kind of escape, I guess.
Yeah, everybody has to cope differently. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised like her own subconscious though didn't try and like guide her through the acceptance of things. Because
I think she just had too many walls, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if she's gotten past it. We kind of stopped talking over some other shit. So
I said this the other day though. I was like, the freedom that's granted as soon as you experience like true acceptance, like as soon as you fully accept something,
right? Like
the freedom that fills me immediately. It's like, oh, finally.
Yeah. Acceptance.
The first like example I had of that is when like the first time I had ego death, and I had to. It felt like actual death. Like the part of me that I think I am was dying. Like I'm Devin. I like this. I do this. I talk like that. Like I think this way. That part was like slowly dissolving. You know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take enough to just obliterate my ego. Just enough for it to like.
Yeah.
Let go, bro.
Yeah.
But as soon as I accepted, because I was like, I might die. Because I kind of, that was the most psychedelics I've done in one sitting. You know, I think I took like 4 tabs, 4 grams, 5 grams of shrooms.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. At the time, that's the most I've ever taken. I think it's still the most I've ever taken all at once. Yeah. So it didn't obliterate my ego. So it was a slow experience, but as soon as like I felt like I was gonna die, I kind of felt scared. Like I didn't want to let go. But as soon as like the first thought I had was, if you're gonna die, why would you die scared? And like, why wouldn't you just die happy? Yeah. And as soon as I had that thought, it was like,
everything.
Just accept you're gonna die, because eventually you're gonna die. Yeah. And why would you want to die scared ever?
We're all gonna.
Why do you live scared?
Yeah.
And then it was like I was just let go.
Yeah.
The most freedom I've ever felt in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a pretty liberating feeling.
Being able to check out for a little, like just check out of this reality for a second and go live in your own little head reality. Mm-hmm. It's needed every now and again, I think. It's good. I mean, everybody goes on a DMT trip kind of every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, or this deep meditative state.
Yeah.
And my meditation's like, have you ever tried to astral project or anything?
What is that?
It's basically like where you get to this meditative state where your body falls asleep, but it's almost like lucid dreaming. A lot of people call it astral projection or lucid dreaming or whatever, but I've never fallen asleep. It just feels like I have to meditate for a good 20 minutes, and after that I focus on like the feeling that I feel all the way through my body, like start at my toes all the way to my head. And as soon as I get to my head, I try to envision like either levitating out of my body or like a rope in front of me, and I try and like pull myself out of my body.
Yeah.
And I've gotten there like twice, to where if this is me on the ground right here, I was probably like this high.
Yeah.
And it feels like the last time I was
off balance, like
it felt like, okay, so you know how molecules like atoms they show that? It felt like I sat up and was doing that.
Oh yeah.
And then I started going faster and faster, and I was like, got a little too much.
Were you sober?
Oh yeah, I just woke up and was like, I'm gonna try this real quick, because they say try and do it as soon as you wake up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way you don't fall asleep. Because a lot of people can, if you try and do it before bed, you'll fall asleep most of the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, anytime I try and meditate before bed, I just end up falling asleep.
Yeah, it's a good ritual before you go to sleep, though.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
It's real peaceful.
But,
I love
I've
meditating.
never done anything like that. I've tried to, I've done a lot of meditation, but it's mostly been like a mindfulness meditation.
I see.
You know?
So just shutting off your brain for a little bit.
Yeah, well, kind of. It's almost like the opposite, but also not really. Like mindful meditation is just being
present,
completely aware of everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, bring yourself into the now.
Yeah,
and just observe.
And at first, it started with like my brain, like what kind of thoughts am I having, and then like there's just like a Buddhist technique of like watching your thoughts. So like you have your thoughts, which is all in your head, that inner voice you were talking about earlier, that we have the same one. Yeah. Well, like now you take a step back from that, and now you're watching. You're just
watching your thoughts. I always do that too. I just envision it instead of like watching my thoughts. I think of my thoughts as like a river.
Yeah. That's exactly how. That's exactly how it's a stream of.
Yeah. So I let that thought come in, and I observe it, and then as it passes, I let it pass until the next moment comes.
And then you can watch so now you're watching the river, and then you're watching your reaction to the river, and then it just keeps going deeper and deeper. Yeah. And then you end up figuring out a lot of shit about how you react to specific things that come up, because you're not trying to force like thoughts in your head.
You're just letting them come and go,
and see what your natural patterns are of thinking,
and what emotions arise whenever you have certain thoughts.
So I mean, it's kind of like shutting your brain off, because you're trying not to
create thoughts.
Yeah,
I always think of it as like if I find myself like straying away from like the present moment, I have to just be like, okay, come back.
Yeah.
And out. I try and visualize my breath like it's falling into my lungs, and then it just falls back out of my lungs.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
It's a hard thing to do too, to keep yourself grounded.
It really is, because you're kind of like a puppy. You just want to over here, and it's like, come on, come back, and you're like, okay. Come back. Okay.
Yeah, that's how my thoughts do get too. Like, especially when you first start doing that kind of meditation, you're like, all right, I'm watching my thoughts, and then you don't watch it and let it pass. Man? You like start following it.
Starts branching off. You're like, I haven't eaten today. I wonder what I'm gonna eat. Fucking kind of hungry. I can't wait to go home. I gotta wash the dishes though.
KFC, because that one lady was a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what am I?
Yeah, that's why I need the meditation, man, because I feel like you're either speaking out loud or you're speaking to yourself in your head constantly. Sometimes it feels like too much.
Yeah,
like sure. I'm so tired of hearing myself. I just wish it would shut off every now and again, you know? Like, I wish I was dumb every now and again, because it's like
I hate being stupid. I hate feeling dumb.
And not necessarily feeling dumb. I just wish, why has my brain always got to be talking?
Yeah.
Why can't it just observe every now and again?
Yeah, that's frustrating too.
It gets to be, you got to have a balance. And sometimes like sleep just doesn't do it. It's not cutting it. Past couple nights, like I've been having dreams again. Yeah. I missed having dreams. Fuck, really? Like, that says that you're like, they say if you have dreams all the time, you're at peace.
Oh yeah,
you're like real peaceful. You're not stressed out.
Nice.
I love having dreams.
Real stressful point in my life, I don't remember dreaming.
Man, yeah, and I always thought it was because of the weed, because the weed suppresses your REM sleep, which it probably could be that. But also, I would go like weeks upon weeks of having dreams, you know, because I was just chilling. But I love having dreams because it feels like no matter where the dream is set, it feels like wherever I'm at is like home almost. Like a place that I haven't been in a long time, but a place that I've spent a lot of time at I haven't been there before, but I feel like I've spent a lot of time there before. Somewhere.
Yeah. Dreams are weird, man.
They're really weird.
You ever have like a recurring dream?
Yeah. I dream that I'm at a school a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even necessarily like high school. There might be some people from high school that I remember that, and it could be people I haven't spoken to in like since middle school or high school. Like I'll run into them. Yeah.
I have dreams of people I never even met before.
Wow. So you meet new people in your dreams?
Yeah. Man. But in my head, like it's nothing weird.
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, this is a stranger.
Yeah.
In my head, it's like, the context is different. And I'm just like, oh yeah, it's this guy. He's always like that.
Yeah, I know this guy. This is Johnny.
Yeah.
Do you ever have dreams that you look at your phone? I don't think I've ever dreamed of my phone either. And it's weird because it's been a part of my life for so long now. You think I would dream of it.
Yeah, no, I've never dreamed of it.
Wow. That is weird.
Yeah.
Because I've dreamt of driving a car before.
Yeah,
and that's
not very often, though.
Not very often either for me. And if it is, a lot of the time, it's like an open car. Like I don't.
Oh yeah.
It's not like an enclosed space. You know, it feels like it's open, and we're just kind of on a bike, kind of. Yeah. But it's a car because I'm fucking.
Yeah. I have some crazy intense dreams sometimes, and it always trips me out. I think like one of the most crazy ones. I was like 8th grade, I think. And I guess when I was in 8th grade, that was just a year after 9/11. And there was like this airplane, and it was flying, and it was had like an orange stripe. And then there were some people on a loudspeaker. It was like flying right over our house. And there was like people on a loudspeaker saying something about 9/11.
Wow.
And it was like, always remember, and blah, blah.
Oh, shit. I thought you were going to be like, it was an inside job. I was like, damn, you were even woke while you were asleep.
Nah, it was nothing like that. I just remember seeing that, and I was like, whoa. And I had like this overwhelming feeling in my body. And then all of a sudden, that airplane just exploded.
Oh, my God.
Like
so you saw like the Michael Bay.
Yeah, like it was an explosion.
Did you see it fall out of the sky and shit?
Yeah, like everything. And so I wake up, and I'm tripping because like it felt real.
Yeah.
You know, like. And there was a number on the airplane. I can't remember what it was now, but I remembered it at the time. And then I go to school, and I tell a couple friends about the dream. And they're like, "Oh, that's crazy." And we go back to my house, and we get on the computer, right? And I forgot what we were gonna do, but the homepage was like the Yahoo News, and on the freaking picture, dude, it was that same airplane.
Oh, the one you dreamed about?
Oh
my God.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, whoa, bro, that was the plane. It had the orange stripe and even the numbers and everything.
That's so weird.
I, like, dude,
I would have been tripping.
How the hell that happened?
I would have been tripping.
I was.
I would have been geeked out for a little bit. I would have had to go sit down for a second.
Oh, we were already sitting down. I think we were smoking weed.
I think the most intense dream that I could, like, the most recent intense dream I've ever had that probably stayed with me forever. It was like whenever I was going through depression, and it was like when I was having suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. But one night I dreamt, this is the whole dream, like from the time I went to sleep and then woke up, I only had this, it felt like a short dream, but apparently like extended.
Right.
But I woke up in the dream. I woke up like where I was laying whenever I was actually asleep. And I don't remember if it was daytime. A lot of the time, if I'm inside and like the light shining in is almost like lake water, the color of lake water.
Yeah.
That's what outside looks like a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why my dreams are like tinted different colors.
Yeah, mine are too.
I think I've always said is maybe it's like an alternate version of me, and just the physics there are different. So I accept it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because mine is similar too. Like
you have different tints.
Yeah.
Man, it's weird, right? But I woke up in the bed in the dream, and where I was living at the time, so here's my bed, and then right over there was like my bathroom sink, and it had a big mirror. And like I sit up and I go to look at myself, and it looks really blurry. And I was like, oh, it's probably because I'm too far away. So I get out of bed and I start walking towards the mirror, and it feels like it takes me forever to get to the mirror. Like I'm walking like a white bitch in a scary movie.
Just like real slow.
I wasn't trying to walk slow, but I was getting closer and closer. But the more I got, the more like out of focus it got. So it got to where like I got this close to the mirror, and like as soon as like my nose touched it, I backed up, and then like I made eye contact with my mirror self, except his eyes were like pitch black, and he was like had this weird smirk on his face. He didn't have my face. He was like looking at me like he was smiling, kind of. And then like as soon as we made eye contact and like I saw his smirk, and I don't know if he was about to say something or not, but I woke up and I was like, that's the most scary thing I've ever lived through. I kind of chalked it up because this was a couple years ago, so you know how you sit back and reflect. I kind of felt like that was me meeting my darkness, like the my manifestation of the dark or negative that lives in me along with the light. Because I think of myself as like the light. I'm the good guy in my story, you know. I don't think of myself as the villain a lot of the time. But I felt like that's the first time I met him. And then after that, I had lots of psychedelic experiences that kept nudging me towards negativity. And then as soon as I accepted that I'm negativity, I'm also negativity, I am darkness, it just kind of clicked it. And then I remembered that dream. I was like, that's probably what it was. It was trying to tell me, like, I'm a part of you.
Yeah,
I'm in there.
Were trying to like reject it.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you're not.
Nope,
you're separate from me.
Light.
You're a demon.
Yeah.
No, you're a demon too. If I'm a demon, you're a demon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like the most intense dream. Because when I woke up, my fucking oh fuck, what the fuck was that about? And it's weird how vivid it's still in my like
I've
the
had
memory
some
of
pretty
it.
jacked up dreams like that too. Well, it wasn't. That's pretty deep. Mine, the ones where I would wake up like with my heart like that would be like not really deep, like profound experience. Like, it'd be something like the last time I had a dream like that was probably my kid died in my dream.
Goodness.
Yeah, but like I didn't witness it. Like somebody told me that she died, and I was like trying to get to her, but like I couldn't.
Yeah,
it was just so frustrating, and I was just.
I've had so many dreams like that.
Yeah, I remember just being like fucking pissed, dude, and then I wake up and I'm like. And then at first I wake up and I still don't even know like if it's true or not. You know what I mean? And then it takes me a few moments.
Like Morty whenever he played.
That was a dream.
When he played that one game, he's like, wait, I'm Morty. And you got to take a minute to get your shit together.
I'm like, oh shit, hold up.
I've had so many dreams where, like, I'll give you an example. One time I dreamed that I was outside, and it was like around this time of day too, because I remember the sun setting kind of and the way it was hitting the shadows and stuff. But you know the storm sirens, tornado sirens, they were all like going off like all around the city, and like all the TVs and stuff cut off, and they were like doing an emergency broadcast. Apparently, we were under attack, like our country was under attack. So everything had shut down. Yeah, I don't know what. I think I chalked it up to the Russians in my dream. I was like, it's the fucking Russians. But
goddamn Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, he was coming over here and he was wrecking shop, yo. But my first thought was, I need to find Aaliyah. I need to find. Because I know Aaliyah has the baby, so I was like, I need to find them first, and then I need to find my mom, and then I was like, fuck, I need to find my whole family. Like, I can't deal with this right now. But I still fucking did it, and I went through houses and shit like that, gathered supplies. I didn't have to kill anybody, but eventually I could only find my family. Like, I couldn't find Aaliyah and Hendrix, and they were like, we're not going to find them tonight. You need to just fucking chill out. And I was like, I'm not staying here, and then I woke up. Yeah, just the anxiety. And it's not even like I tried to find them. I think I was going through houses and I came up to this barn and I snuck in the barn and I heard like shuffles or whatever, and it was like my family. It was probably just my brain saying, oh, you found them, go ahead.
Hey, so here they are.
I was still sad though. I couldn't find Aaliyah in them. Like, that's a helpless feeling, especially like it felt like every time I tried to make a decision, something else would pop up, and I would have to focus on that for a second and be like, I need to fucking find my kids.
Yeah.
Like, it gets annoying.
Yeah.
It gets really annoying.
I'm anxious right now about it.
Fucking hold on, let me check how much batteries left. Because it was around there whenever it died last time. Oh, it doesn't tell you. Fuck. Well, we're at like an hour and 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I don't know how Joe Rogan and them do like 3-hour podcasts. Maybe
3-4 hours.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 10 years though, so that's probably why.
And he probably talks to more interesting people than.
I don't know. I think we're pretty interesting, man.
Yeah, we are.
I'd say we're as interesting as them.
He's talking like Elon Musk.
Oh fuck yeah! No, if I could talk to Elon Musk here, I wouldn't.
Like, yeah, come on the show.
He'd be like, I enjoyed the decorations in your house.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elon.
He'd probably be pretty chill.
I'm pretty sure he's chill. But thank y'all for tuning into this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. It was nice having Mr. Steven on.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
nice.
Yeah. Fucking be safe out there, guys, and
don't drink and drive.
Yeah, because it's only fucking, what is today?
It's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thirsty Thursday. So don't go out there. If you're going to drink, don't drive.
It's ladies' night.
And that's
Except whenever this gets posted, it's probably not. So
it'll probably take me a little bit to edit it, but I try and like separate like how fast I post them all because I don't want to just overwhelm people with content. I guess I was like limited to like two.
Yeah, that gets annoying
maybe.
when people all the time just bam.
Yeah, I know people that just listen, watch this.
Yeah, like
bro, I can't keep
there's
up.
a guy that I used to know that used to rap. Well, he still raps, but it was like every day there was like
something new,
song, and I was just like, and then he started asking me for my thoughts on it, and I'm like,
I can't keep up.
I'm like, you really want me to give you my thoughts on your rap? And he's like, yeah. And I told him how I felt about it, and I thought it was garbage.
Did you give him any positive feedback?
Yeah, I would always.
Like,
I always would try and do it as
rhymes
objectively
are good,
as possible. I'm not trying to be a douchebag about it. You know, I'll just be like, I think your flow is whack. I was like, I think your content's decent, but your flow is whack as hell. Like you sound like whatever. Anyways, he got real mad at me and cussed me out and blocked me. And I was like, good. Now I don't see your freaking songs anymore, dude.
Now I don't get to see your garbage ass raps. Fucking no, I got a lot of people like that too, man. It's just
part of it. Like if you're if you're a rapper and you're good, it's gonna catch on. Yeah,
it'll catch on. And then if you're not that good, just keep rapping and you'll eventually get there. But you got to be able to take criticism.
Yeah, if you bombard my Facebook feed with it, I'm not even gonna want to listen.
And then ask me for my opinion, and I give you my opinion, and then you block me. Like I want to see you get better too. That way I don't have garbage on my news feed all the time.
All right,
but shit, bro. Thank y'all for coming.
Peace.
Stay high, stay lifted. Peace.